It is an honor and a privilege to take you wonderful folks down this special edition visual tour. Yeah, let's go with that. Hello folks, Denobi2 here, and thank you for joining me once again on another visual tour. On this video, we're gonna be going back in time. We're gonna be visiting a part of Hot Toys history. We're gonna be unboxing a custom special edition, the Dark Knight Tumbler. But we gotta go back. We gotta go back in time. It was a different time back then. About 7 years ago, 2016. This was the height, the pinnacle of the DC EU, the birth, the Justice League, Wonder Woman, Batman, Superman. It was a glorious time. Folks back then weren't cynical. We weren't pessimistic. It was just a wonderful era. We were just super excited. Most of us hadn't, at this point in time, hadn't even seen Suicide Squad. We just assumed that the DCEU was going to be a glorious, wonderful place, just as magical as the world of Marvel. You know, time travel back to the present, and it didn't really turn out the way. But on this video, on this special occasion here, the Hot Toys Japan Batman exhibition, they had all these wonderful custom art pieces, specifically these tumblers right here. And the one that I was able to acquire through a special auction is this one right here, the Gotham Tumblr. And that's where we're going to start our journey, our stories, so to say. Box arrived from Heritage Auctions, and if you're wondering what this translation says, I took a photo and I used my Google Imager there to kind of translate. It's a Batmobile, Gotham GCPD, Gotham Central Police Department, maybe that's what that means. This was the first edition. I know there was a second batch of the tumblers, but I want to say this box, and if I'm wrong, I don't mind being corrected, but this should be the first edition tumbler, or maybe it was the second edition. I'm not sure, but the box does look a little bit dated. This is it. I gotta say, just looking at it, it's I got goosebumps. It's just the whole idea of something that went on tour with Hot Toys around the world. The Gotham, the Batman Hot Toys Japan exhibit. Man, oh man, those are good old days there. Those were just wonderful days. I'm expecting everything here. Inspecting, not expecting, but inspecting, making sure nothing is broken. And if it is, this is a one auction and not something that would actually probably take back. This was something that was on exhibition for Hot Toys. And I gotta say, I for its age and the fact that this is considered more of a when it comes to products aging through Hot Toys, I was a little bit worried that this would have arrived with a lot of broken parts. It was only one broken component on the vehicle, and we'll get to that. It was dusty. Brought out my air canister here and just inspecting it. There's some scuffing. Some of the letters on top look scuffed off, but it didn't really bother me. It looked more weathered. Right now I'm removing the wheel locks on here. It prevents the vehicle from moving. My Gotham Police Tumbler will be moving. Batmobile. Moving a little peg on there. And I'm just taking my time. I think this unboxing probably took me a little over 2 hours because I was just inspecting anything that had to be fixed. Like there's scuffing right here near the jet exhaust, and you can kind of see it on there, and I was like, oh, I can fix it. Or I didn't really want to mess with any of the paint. There were minor scuff marks. To me, it's a reminder of where this vehicle came from and its adventures, and now it has a safe new home with me. And I gotta say, I feel very honored that I was able to I don't know if I want to use the word lucky, because I had to, this was expensive. The other two tumblers didn't even come up to this price point. And this was pricey. Almost, I'd say, compared to the Joker tumbler paint, this was almost 3 times the amount. But I wanted it. It had that cool Gotham police look on there. Removing a lot of the bubble wrap, the center console, which just attaches. I didn't remember. I was just looking at it. I didn't remember if the console if it detached or if it didn't. If not, it's not something. I mean, it's something that I can easily fix. Anything here, anything that would have arrived broken, I just assumed I would fix it. And it was just dusty in there. This little air canister on here really helps me out. It's something to have seen this in videos and in photos, and to have it in person 7 years later. It is a unique treat, a unique experience. Now, the top cover on here, the canopy is broken, and I'm just inspecting it, and you can kind of see the paint applications that were used in its custom detailing, and the plastic latch on the right there, you can kind of see where it kind of broke off, and I'm like, oh, okay, I can crazy glue this. And then I thought about it. I'm like, well, this could be more of a blessing. I could fix it, or I could take advantage of the exposed canopy and do a little bit of modifications, a little bit of modding, so to say. The cord that runs into the canopy, that powers the lights on there, the left and right lights on top of the canopy on there. At first I thought, I didn't remember. I was like, where is this power source? Next thing was to add some batteries and make sure that all the lights did power up. Because if it didn't, I'm like, okay, well, maybe that's something I need to work on. Maybe the electronics have corroded, or maybe it just didn't work. But no, everything, as far as the electrical lighting system to the tumbler, everything powers on fine. Now, because the canopy is detachable, so to say, I did prior worked on USB modding some cob LED strips, and these cob LEDs are magical. I friggin' love them. And I went on Amazon and I picked up some police lights on there, so I can do a little bit of lighting on there. And because I tested this lighting feature already on my other tumbler, I knew I can add these lights without damaging this specific tumbler. And there's a blue glow, and then there's the warm orange light, and then there's the police lights. Everything here can be put onto the Gotham Tumblr without any cutting, sawing, drilling, or anything. Everything can just be added on, slipped in, preserved, because I kind of want to protect this tumbler. I don't know if I'm going to keep it forever, if I'm going to get bored with it, but if it ever gets passed on to another collector, I want to keep it in its original condition, as the way it was arrived in my hands, from the hands of Hot Toys to me. So first thing is first, I'm going to fish line the orange strip cob lighting on here. And again, I don't have to use any glue or anything or any drilling. I just kind of fished it underneath the canopy. And what you're going to do is just coil it up and tether the power source underneath it, and you get a really cool fire exhaust. And the nice thing with the cob LEDs is that they run on 5 volts. They don't run hot at all. You can touch them. You can keep them on all the time. They work really great. The interior cabin to the tumbler is going to glow blue. I figured, well, it's a blue police cop vehicle here, so the interior should have that blue cool hue. That way, and besides, the windows are kind of frosted blue already, so it'll just glow blue. Even if I put figures inside, you wouldn't be able to see them. Now, with the police lights, though, I glued in some magnets on there. That way, I can add a little piece of steel underneath the ceiling of the tumbler. That way the police lights can just be magnetized and they can stick on there. My other alternative was that if I wasn't able to get the magnets to work, I would just use putty. Tack putty, it's really safe on paint, won't damage, and works pretty well. Overall, the simple modifications, the USB hacks on here. No drilling required, and it worked out pretty great. The police lights are blinking, the interior cabin is glowing blue, and my jet engine exhaust nozzle is powered on. This is a beautiful piece. This is really, really nice. I thought I was going to get a certificate of the artist, and I know when it was on tour, there was an information card on it to the artist that actually did this, a Japanese artist, I believe. And I thought I'd get some sort of documentation. I got a certificate of authenticity through Heritage Auctions, stating that this came from Hot Toys. Hot Toys Japan, to be specific. So now it makes me wonder, is Hot Toys Japan a separate division from Hot Toys Hong Kong, or is it just a different branch? I'm not sure. The attention to detail on this paint, and this custom, and the decals, and the logo, the Gotham PD logo, it's spot on. It's done very, very professional. Other than some minor scuffing, I'm not going to point out the scuffing. If you can see it in the video, great. It doesn't bother me. Of course, I have to bring out the black version tumbler, and you can see that the original tumbler has interior lighting in the exhaust, and that's where I was able to test out the lighting features. That way I had the confidence, like, oh, cool, USB hacking the tumbler was pretty damn easy, so when I got my Gotham PD tumbler, I knew I can do it. And I knew that I wanted lights, police lights. And with the black tumbler, you can kind of see Harley on there and Batman on there, and it's a great vehicle once you get it properly lit up and stuff. Where did Harley go? Huh?
Joker, where is he? Tell me! Swear to me!
Clearly, Batman was interrogating Harley to locate the villain, Joker. So, folks, thank you so much for taking the time and joining me on this unique part of Hot Toys history, the Gotham PD tumbler. It'll have a good home here. Folks, thanks for watching.